Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got a huge report to share with you, and this one specifically in regards to World War III and nuclear war and how countries and states here in America specifically are all preparing for nuclear war. And I've got over 10, 15 around-ish countries, and I'm going to show you in news articles. And here's the kicker: this has all been in amped preparations since September of this year, and warnings for war have come a little bit earlier than that, but for the most part a lot of these have gone from September, October, November, all the way up to December to now. So this is why I want to bring the attention to it, because this kind of you can feel the tension in the air for war, and that's why I want to bring it to you first and foremost, because the mainstream media will not make this particular tie for you. But that is the good thing about alternative media. We can go to multiple sources and pull it all together to give you the real picture of what's going on. All right, so the first one that I want to show you here, one of the places that is preparing for war is obviously South Korea. We know tensions with North Korea have risen, but check out this report, and this is from express.co.uk, put out December 11th of this year. South Korea exploiting nuclear war with North Korea to make billions of pounds. Now that's obviously, they're going to benefit from war on that particular article, but the case in point here is that South Korea is preparing for war. We know that they've done multiple drills with the United States of America. They're right there in the middle of it all, so of course they're on the top of the list. The second one here is China. China's also a key player in the tensions between America, North Korea, and the like. But in a Chinese newspaper, as you see on the screen, they are telling their citizens how to be ready for war. You can see some of the cartoon images there. But also in the Independent, they talk about, and this one was put out November 29th of this year, but China state media giving advice on surviving a nuclear attack to citizens near the North Korean border. So evidently China is expecting it as well. Japan is another country. This article that you see is on the express.co.uk, and it's Japan prepares for North Korea attack. Tokyo to carry out citywide evacuation tests. Now, millions of residents of Tokyo are to take part in evacuation drills simulating North Korean nuclear strike on the Japanese capitals for fears of new World War III escalations. Again, that's towards the end of this year that was put out. Number 4, Hawaii. Hawaii has been preparing off and on, obviously, because Kim Jong-un, whatever you want to call him, has been preparing for some time and been threatening specifically Hawaii and Guam, which is going to be my next area. But Hawaii here, in this article put out on the Chicago Tribune on December 1st, just this month, preparing for attack for North Korea. Sirens blare in Hawaii for the first time since the Cold War. This is huge, folks. Really, really huge. Here's another one. This is Guam. Guam is also obviously on the list. This is from the Washington Post. Not my favorite, but hey. Guam releases guidelines to prepare residents for North Korean nuclear strike. Well, let's talk about Guam for a second before we move on to the next one. Guam has been specifically targeted by Kim Jong-un. He's been threatening it for some time, and now you can see preparations are obviously underway and have been for a while, but they're upticking a little bit. Here's another state here in America, California. Here, this article was put out on foreignpolicy.com. Now, this was late September of this year, but California is already preparing for a North Korean nuclear attack. So they have been preparing for some time. And why? Because they're right there near the ocean, on the border, not on the border, but on the ocean, kind of close, if you will, or semi, but you can see that they are making preparations also. Obviously, places like Washington, our government is making preparations. But I just wanted to highlight 3 different areas here in America that are on high alert, if you will. Now, here's another country, Russia. They're also making preparations. And a report put out on Newsweek just December 1st titled, "Russia is preparing for North Korean war as tensions rise," says Putin's top security advisor. Here's another. Britain on the Independent, October of 2017. Britain is preparing for war with North Korea. But that's not all. There's also countries who are being warned to prepare, or also continents that are being warned to prepare. But the first country here is Australia. On a report put out on the Independent on September 29th of this year, Australia should prepare for North Korean attack. Former Pentagon official is warning North Korea. They were actually sent, is warning Australia. They were actually sent a letter by North Korea kind of threatening them. So that's why they were hastened to prepare. But that's not all. Also, all of Asia was warned to be prepared by none other than Mr. Kissinger. Again, I can't stand, but look, when these globalists make statements, they're all out threats, and sometimes they like to broadcast the things that they're going to do. I think this might be one of those cases, but this report is found on Newsweek, released October 29th of this year, late October. If North Korea is preparing for nuclear war, all of Asia needs nuclear weapons. At least they need nuclear weapons, according to Mr. Kissinger. Canada also told to prepare. On globalnews.ca in October 17th of this year, Canadians are getting more fearful of nuclear war threats, the survey finds. Why are they a little more fearful? Well, obviously, because they're on the border with America and tensions are rising with North Korea. And here's one last one I want to show you. France is warning America to prepare within months. Now, this article was put out by the Local of France, a newspaper there. It was put out in, or France site there. I don't know if it's a newspaper, but on September 1st of 2017, just a few months ago, they said France warns North Korea could nuke the United States and Europe within months. Within months. And here we are in December, September, October, November, December. So there we are. And as you can see, the whole world is on edge. Tensions with World War III are rising. Not to mention, we know Donald Trump finally stood his ground and did what no other president promised to do, and that is to back Jerusalem as the capital of Israel there and move the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem to make that declaration final. And thereby, that is rising up tensions again in the Middle East. So we have tensions rising all in the Middle East. We have threats from Erdogan, the president of Turkey, who is threatening to basically start a Muslim invasion or a Muslim war, if you will, Islamic war, it's a better word, Islamic war with America, and rising up Muslims against it because America wants to stand with Jerusalem, or our president does. And we know that there is more days of rage that are happening in the Middle East. So let's take all the big picture here. We have the days of rage, Middle East chaos going on now. That's been going on for a very long time. We have ISIS infiltrating. We had the terrorist attack in New York on Monday. Again, a horrible thing. And we had all kinds of stuff, links with ISIS, which I believe were very likely involved in what happened in Vegas, and multiple other things. But we have uptick in terrorist activity, real Islamic terrorist activity, ISIS, radical jihad stuff. And then we also have on the brink of World War III, or on the brink of nuclear war with North Korea. Now, do I say all this to scare you? No, it's not anything that you need to be scared of or fearful of or worry about. That's not the case. It's just be aware of what's going on and know and be prepared. This is why I partner with food companies. I use My Patriot. My Patriot Supply. There's a link below. And also, it's also why I believe, and I'm a very big hardcore into prepping, and I think everyone should do it because look, you just never know what tomorrow may hold. So make sure you're prepared for anything, but don't go around freaking out and scared, because that's not what this is about. It's just giving you a real picture of where we are and saying, hey, look, this is on the table, and it goes on the table, and sometimes it goes off the table. Sometimes war is a little bit more higher, and sometimes it's a little on the bottom end. I think right now we're kind of at a peaking point, so here's your heads up on war. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe to my backup channel, Lisa Haven Vlogs, and please check out my partner, TradeGeniusAcademy.com. Look, he gives all kinds of amazing tips on how to invest and how to do investments and how to work with things like cryptocurrencies and everything like that, and when to invest. So make sure you go to Trade Genius Academy. Let them know you heard it on Lisa Haven, but they also have a very good deal there. You don't need a code for it. Just go straight to the site and there's a big discount. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'd love to hear your comments and concerns. Please give me a thumbs up and share this everywhere. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.